Welcome to RCAM. I'm your host, Ryan, and thank you for tuning in today. So, I hope all of you guys are having a very blessed day. I know that I am. And you want to know why I'm having a blessed day? One, because God is good all the time, He is good. Two, I hit 1,000 followers on YouTube, which is pretty cool. That's pretty freaking cool if you ask me, all right? Um, so this is something that has been a long time coming. So this is something that I have been working toward for a long time. Probably, I want to say like 5 years, a long time, a very, very long. I've been at this for a while, and I have finally achieved it, and it's something that's pretty cool. Now, it might seem like, "Oh, you just got 1,000 followers or 1,000 subscribers. That's no big deal. That's easy to do." Whatever. It wasn't for me, all right? It was an uphill battle, and I finally hit 1K, and I am just very, very grateful. Hey, KMD, what's going on, bro? I am very grateful. I'm grateful for people like KMD, and, I'm just grateful that, yeah, my channels are growing, across the board, they're growing. Uh, I didn't change my mind. Um, I I will discontinue streams on YouTube. It just this one really isn't heavy on copyrighted material, so I can get away with it today. Maybe it'll just be copyrighted material I discontinue. But anyway, I should have brought a straw. Makes drinking out of that a lot easier. Anyway, uh, it's been a long time building this out, and to see some traction is nice, man. It's cool. I'm definitely digging it, and this is one of those things too where it's like I'm not gonna fail. And you want to know why I'm not going to fail? Because I'm just not going to give up. Like, I'm just going to continue to bang out content. I'm going to continue to show up day after day, no matter what direction the needle moves. And if something's not working for me, then I'm going to try something different. And if I'm unable to succeed in that avenue, then I'm going to try a different avenue. But giving up, throwing in the towel, walking away from this, that's not an option for me. I just love doing this. I love doing the streaming. I love creating content, and the only option for me is just to get better and better and better, and eventually, uh, I will brute force myself into success, and I'm pretty excited about that. That's the thing about the person that doesn't give up. Even though there are people that are more talented than me by a lot, um, I won't give up. I'll just keep trying until I accomplish what I set out to accomplish. And I think that is the difference that separates those who succeed and those who fail. Those who fail are the people that walk away. I'm not going to walk away. I'm just going to try different avenues until I succeed. And yeah, here we are, man. 1,000 followers on YouTube, about 450 on Rumble, 28K on TikTok, 12K on Instagram, 2,300 on Threads, a thousand on X. I used to have 3,500 on X, but yeah, before they banned me, so we're growing, man, and I'm very grateful for it. So, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you guys, truly. So today we are going to cover a couple stories that I think one are good. They're like feel good stories, stories that you just like seeing, and stories too that kind of just seem a little unbelievable if you're asking me. So the first story that we're going to talk about are the 7 dogs that were going viral after having escaped being stolen by thieves. So this is the story shared by Dexerto. 7 dogs stolen from their owners have gone viral after escaping their captors and making their way home. The group is believed to have traveled around 1,700 kilometers together, led by a corgi across highways and fields. Yeah, you can't make this type of stuff up, man. You cannot make it up. There's just this is like film producers long for stories like this. This is the type of story that you would see in, like, a Disney film. Actually, it sounds very familiar to a a Disney story. Tell me if you recognize the music from this. So there was a video going around. I refined it a little bit. I tweaked it, but you tell me if the music sounds familiar. This is this is real life Homeward Bound. That's what it is. It's real life Homeward Bound. Homeward Bound lost in China. And the Great Escape, they can call Homeward Bound and the Great Escape. Pick it up, Disney, because that would be successful. And it'd be a long time since we had actually a good, like, Homeward Bound movie. They haven't released one of those since the 90s. But you know what? It's disappointing. It would almost surely be all CGI dogs. So maybe it's better that they don't do it, because it sure as hell wouldn't be live action, which I will be ranting about that later, but I'm gonna hold off on that for now. But I thought this story was great. I thought this is awesome. So apparently, these dogs escaped captivity, and the initial one has over 2,300 views. So here's a little bit more. So on March 16th, a Nietzsche sermon named Lou recorded a video of 7 dogs walking along a busy highway in Changchun, Jilan province. In the footage, a group of dogs carefully surrounded by an injured German Shepherd, while Corgi at the front repeatedly looked back to ensure no one was left behind. This Corgi's the hero, man. So So the Bitter Coffee Stray Dog Base reported that the dogs come from the same village, typically roaming freely together and having formed a strong friendship. In response, the base dispatched several volunteers, even a drone, to track the dogs and facilitate their safe return home. One volunteer claimed that the individuals operating a dog meat shop had stolen the dogs, suggesting that they may have escaped from a truck, though no witnesses saw their departure. So this is like fan fiction at this point. Um, the South China Morning Post reached out to the stray dog base for the comment, but had not received a response by the time of the publication. Despite the controversy, a few dog meat restaurants still operate in northern China during a long frigid winters. Locals believe consuming dog meat provides warmth and sustenance. Oh, well, that's disturbing. But they escaped certain death, is what it sounds like to me, and I think that's great. That's great, man. So, I think this story is awesome. I really do. I'm happy. I'm happy to be reporting on it, and it seems the internet seems to agree that this is awesome. So, yes, we are expecting a feature length film, and the memes have been incredible. The internet has really showed up and made all sorts of memes, and it's good. Yeah, see, look, I'm not the only one. I hope they just all make it and no one falls in a muddy pit. Yeah, this is homeward bound. Come on. So yeah, just a great story, and something positive to start off the stream. Here's another story that's actually dog related. Missing dog reunited with family 11 years after he was stolen from their backyard.
Man's best friend reuniting with his family 11 years ago, 40, that's the name of the pit bull, was taken from his Philadelphia home. Hope of finding the dog was lost for years. The family just devastated about the whole thing until they got a call they never expected. Our Shawnette Wilson with the story.
I am overwhelmed. I'm shocked. I'm in disbelief.
Video of a reunion that seemed like it would never happen.
I had tunnel vision and of him walking down that hallway.
But after a decade, 40 Cal, the pit bull, is back with his family.
He kind of had the shakes. He was like, there was a lot going on, different smells everywhere. So he came up to us as gentle as always, sniffed our hands, and kind of was just looking around the room.
His owner, Jordan Koviak, says even in that joyous moment, she was worried.
He was with another family. This is what I'm thinking, for about 10 to 11 years. So is he going to miss them?
Her dream became reality just before 9:30 Saturday night. An Act Philly animal control officer called saying that after 11 long years since 40 had been taken from the backyard of his Mayfair home, he had been found.
I immediately was flooded with tears.
Sunday, the family drove from Luzerne County, where they now live, to Philly to pick him up. They don't know how or why he ended up on the street, but they're happy to see that all this time he'd been well taken care of.
He's white and black. His white was not dirty. He's as soft as a rabbit, as he's always been.
Someone spotted 40 out roaming and called Act Philly. Sarah Barnett says a microchip, which Jordan updated the information on about 2 months ago, led them to being reunited.
So you really do want to make sure that it's registered to you, and that you keep it updated. I think there's this assumption, oh, I paid the fee at the vet, the chip went in, everything's taken care of, and that's not, there's a couple more steps you have to take.
Jordan says 40 was initially doing fine, but a day after being home, her precious pit bull had a little setback.
We took him to the vet. We got my old boy some pain meds, and he got some tests ran and an x-ray, and he, other than old age and bad hips, he's doing okay.
Her son Daniel was a month old when 40 was taken. He's 10 now. He grew up seeing pictures and flyers like this that Jordan posted in the old neighborhood and on social media, hoping to find him.
I know these are his golden years, but I just want him to be happy and comfortable.
And 40 is back home.
That's a cool story too, man. Just good news for dogs today. All right, good news for dogs. That's another one that's 11 years, man. What are the odds of getting reunited with a dog after 11 years apart? I do think that, why is his name 40 though? Like the beer 40, like 40-ounce beer? Is that what the reference is? My dog's name, I have a pity too. His name was 7. And I just I changed his name to Onyx because that's way cooler. And he's gray like Onyx. So, but 7? I don't know. Was he just the 7th pup in the litter, and that's why they named him 7? Do they like the lucky number? I just don't understand it. So, 40 cal. Gotcha. I missed that. So, like a 40 caliber bullet. I think. I don't know. Anyway. All right. Next story. Oh, this is another feel-good one. This is kind of gaming related though, but I think it's cool. I think this is a cool story. And then we're going to get into the meat of what we're talking about today. So we'll be talking about Olivia Rodrigo and Disney adults and gaming depression. Because, got to talk about that. Because everything has to have a diagnosis. All right. So this is from Dexerto. A 91-year-old gamer has gone viral after beating Resident Evil Requiem without using any guides. Yang Bingling tracked puzzles and maps by hand in a notebook while playing. Good for him. I did not do that. I was like, Google, what is the answer to this puzzle? Yeah. I did not want to turn a 24-hour stream into a 48-hour stream. So in my defense, I was trying to beat it in 24 hours. It took me for about a little over 14 hours, I think, to beat it. It took me a long time, all right? It was a long playthrough. But good on this guy for actually doing all the puzzles by hand. The puzzles really weren't that hard, honestly. It would have been all that difficult to figure out. I just didn't feel like doing it. But good for him for actually taking the time to do it. All right. So I'm gonna read for you a tweet that was making the rounds from an interview that Olivia Rodrigo did with um, British Vogue. So this is from Buzzing Pop. Olivia Rodrigo tells British Vogue that she's a long way from marriage. What am I, a child bride? I hope that young girls know that life is full of so much joy that is unrelated to husband or kids. Sure, you can have joy outside of having, a spouse and kids. That's true. But one of the primary sources of joy is having a spouse and kids. Like, there's a lot of things that bring me joy. Hiking brings me joy. The ocean brings me joy. Good music brings me joy. Chocolate brings me joy. Ice cream also brings me joy. Watching certain movies brings me joy. But none of those pale in comparison to having a wife who loves me and children who love me. There's nothing quite like it. Before I came upstairs, I was, partially watching, TV with my daughter and just kind of laughing with her and, as we're watching Powerpuff Girls and, just enjoying time together. So to hear this girl say, you know, that, basically comparing getting married at 23 years old, by the way, to child marriage is insane. This is an adult. An adult woman is comparing getting married at 23 to being a child bride. Now, it's been brought to my attention that this is a meme. Apparently, this is a meme from some show that nobody's heard of called Broad City, I think is what it's called. I guess this is the meme. Marriage, Lincoln. I'm only 27. What am I, a child bride? So that's the meme from a show nobody has heard of. And we're supposed to get the context of that? No. No. And eh, let's say I granted that this was a meme. The overwhelming people in response, because I made a post basically saying that she's an adult, and that basically 23 years old is not too young for marriage at all, not by a long shot. But I got dragged on threads for this, man. I mean, I got dogpiled. You could just, I mean, I'll show you guys. So this is my post on threads, y'all. This is a 23-year-old woman, and she is talking like she is 14 or something. Girl, you are not a child. You are an adult. And then this is the person sharing the meme. But then there's like a ton of other people just insane. She's not saying she's a child. She's saying she's too young to throw her life away. All right. Well, without the context, and you're just seeing this, it seems like she's saying that 23 is too young to get married. That's what it seems like to me. Then they continue. Hold on a second. Sorry about that. my daughter, man. All right. Oh, let's catch up on comments here. All right. 23 isn't too young to get married. My mom is kind of the same way about early marriage. She's not exactly encouraging a marriage at all, to be honest. At least she doesn't appear to be. A second. I don't understand why some parents just don't like their children getting married young. I think at times it's because they're jealous that no one would want them and they age out of the market. Mischief muggle liberal mentality. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely more common among liberals, but man, the overwhelming amount of people that are like agreeing with the sentiment. So I got dragged for, not understanding that this is a meme from some show called Broad City, which again, no one has ever heard of. I don't know. I've never heard of the show. All right. So apparently it's a show exclusively for, progressive women. Anyway, which I probably wouldn't have watched anyway. So I'm glad. I never heard of it. But two, so they say it's just a meme, but then all of them are insisting that 23-year-olds old is too young for marriage, and it's absolutely not. Um, my wife was 21 when we got married, and I was 24. Our marriage is fantastic. My buddy got married when he was, I think, 23. His wife was roughly the same age as my wife. They got married young. They had children young. They're as happy as could be. I know dozens of couples from college that got married and are happily married to this day. They got married young. They got married in their early 20s. So it's not at all insane to get married young, but it is insane to compare getting married at 23 to child marriage, even if it is a meme. It's not funny. So it is obnoxious to me that these people think that 23-year-olds old is too young for marriage, and it's just not, man. And I think part of the reason that people feel this way is because they're stuck in a state of prolonged adolescence. They don't actually want to grow up, because one of the things about getting married young is it actually forces you to grow up. It forces you to mature in ways that you just simply wouldn't without marriage, or it would take you longer to mature, because now instead of your life being all about you, it's about somebody else. You're responsible for somebody else. You're responsible for putting another person's needs above your own, and that challenges you to grow and mature, and that is a good thing. So I think a lot of these people, they think 23 is too young to get married because they simply don't want to grow up. They don't want to mature. They want to pretend like they'll be young forever. But guess what? You're not going to be young forever. And guess what else? Eventually, there is a point where, if you don't get married, let's say prior to 30, well, and then you get married at 30, and then you want to have kids, well, guess what? You're gonna run into a little bit of a problem, because fertility rates begin to drop at 30 years old. Like they want to pretend like this isn't a thing. Like this doesn't happen. Like they can somehow defy biology. That like they can transcend the laws of reality. You can't. As much as you'd like to, you can't. It's not possible. And I'm not saying that you can't have kids after 30, but the fertility rates drop, and the older you get, the more difficult it gets. So the longer you put off marriage, the longer you put off having children, the more likely you stand a chance of missing that window. And like Jordan Peterson says, when it's gone, it's gone. There's no getting it back. And these women don't think about it, man. They don't think. They think they'll be young forever. You're not going to be young forever. And two, I also think getting married young is just better overall. All right. There's a reason, when I was younger, I had more energy and more stamina. And I do believe it's to keep up with kids. I do. Yeah, not to say that, I still don't have, energy. I do. But it's definitely waned, you know? The older I get, the more tired I become. And I'm fortunate that I had kids when I did because I'm able to keep up with them. But I couldn't imagine, just now getting started. That sounds like a nightmare to me. I'm glad I started when I got started, you know? And shoot, my buddy who had his kids in his early 20s, they're about, by the time he's 40, most of them are going to be teenagers. And people are like, you lose your life. Yeah, for maybe you can't do a lot of the things you want to do when you have newborns. They're demanding. But they don't stay newborns. Your kids grow. They mature. They become self-sufficient. I'm not saying they still don't have needs, but that it gets easier, and you get a little bit more freedom back the older they get, and then you start doing things together with them, and it's a lot of fun, man. Some of the things I enjoy the most are spending time with my kids, man. I love it, man. It's one of the highlights of my life. Let me catch up with chat here. Girl wants to get married at 35 after she has a career and is stuck up and wonders why no man wants her. Yeah, because she wanted to live selfishly for a decade and a half too. Yeah, and then and then the man that's marrying you has to deal with all the baggage at 35. Like, you can only have so much baggage by the time you're 20 years old, and you work through that stuff together. You know? It's like, I'm not gonna say I was perfectly mature when I got married. Definitely not. My wife wasn't mature either, but guess what? We worked through things together and we built our lives together. We have been in this together since day one. And then when you're getting married later, well, now you have people that have established lives completely apart from one another, trying to merge them together instead of building together. And then you wonder why divorces get so messy. KMD, I'm about to be 24 in a few days. Wish me luck. I'll find someone within a few years of this, a few years or this year. Man, I'll be praying, bro. I'll be praying God brings you a wife. Be careful, Ryan. Talk about age and fertility upsets a lot of women. You'll get attacked by the Christian one. I don't care, bro. See, I don't care, bro. This threads that I got attacked on, it had over 500,000 views. Almost every single comment without exception was negative, okay? And the whole world was against me. But see, I don't say the things I say because I want people to agree with me. I say what I say because it's true. And if the whole world is against me, if they don't agree with me, I don't care. I don't give a damn. I'm going to say what I mean and stand by what I say and not capitulate to a mob because I hurt their feelings. I don't care. I'm going to say the truth. And the truth is 23 years old is not too young to be married. In fact, it's a good age to be married. 20 is a fine age to be married. And for most of human history, guess what? People were getting married in their early 20s. It is only in this modern day and age where we decided to wait until we have our careers established and women's fertility rates start to decline, that we decided to do marriage, which is insane to me. It's crazy to me. It's completely backwards. It should not be this way. So I ultimately think, though, this has a lot to do with prolonged adolescence, which brings me to my next point of discussion. So I guess over this weekend, Disney launched their and Bluey launched their Bluey's Best Day Ever at Disneyland. I guess which is like some sort of play, interactive show built for kids. I'm going to play you guys a video and I want you to tell me what you noticed about this video. Okay. So here's the video. What I notice is there's a lot of adults there without children. And that to me is freaking weird. That's bizarre. All right. Now granted there are some kids, but there's a lot of people there that they don't have kids with them. They don't have kids with them. And don't get me wrong, I like Bluey as much as the next guy, all right? I've watched Bluey with my kids, but that's the thing. I watch Bluey with my kids. I'm not sitting by myself turning on Bluey and watching it for fun. All right? I would not go to a children's show without my children because that's weird. All right? And I'm a grown adult. And I think this situation here, because it's not just this Bluey show. I mean, there's a whole, uh, I guess, subculture of Disney adults, grown adults going to Disney by themselves without kids. And it's very weird to me. All right. It's very weird to me. Because it's a place that is actually designed for children. It's made for children. I get, Universal Studios, that's more adult themed, all right? But Disney is like mainly for kids. But you have all these adults going there and entering these children's spaces, and no wonder tickets are so expensive. But I think this situation with Bluey highlights a problem that we are facing as a culture, and the problem is prolonged adolescence. People don't want to grow up, and they are putting off getting married and having kids to hold on to their childhood. And here's the ironic thing about it. You can attend events like this with your children and find an even deeper appreciation for them because of the joy that it brings your child. I went a couple years ago and I saw, what is it, Trolls Band Together or whatever. And I loved that experience of going to the movie, but not because I was particularly crazy about the movie, because of the joy that it brought my daughter. It's like going to things for kids is just different as a parent because you see the joy that it brings your kid. And then you can enjoy these things together. I mean, I watch a lot of animated movies with my kids. And I go back and I show them some of the things that I watched as a kid. I recently just started having my daughter watch Powerpuff Girls, and she loves it. And we've been watching it together, and we've been laughing because it's actually really funny. Also, just a side note, I don't know if you guys. I'm gonna show you this because like I cannot. Nah, I'll just. I don't want to look for a clip right now, but I just now realized that Mojo Jojo in Powerpuff Girls is Japanese. As a kid, I never picked up on it, but now watching as an adult, I'm like, is that a Japanese accent? And it is. It is. Also, the voice of Buttercup is Tommy, the same voice actress that does Tommy in the Rugrats. And now it's like I can't unhear either of them, which is crazy. But anyway, I do think that these events are for children, and it is strange to go without children. There's something very wrong with our culture when adults are taking over children's spaces, and that we're doing everything in our power to have child-free zones. And I do think this is a sign that many adults are stuck in perpetual adolescence. And I think it needs to stop. I think a lot of my generation in particular needs to grow up. Grow up. You're not going to be a kid forever. You're not. And then don't put off marriage. Don't put off family. Those are one of the things that will actually help mature you. Be responsible for somebody other than yourself. This is the beautiful thing about marriage. It puts you in a situation where you are responsible for somebody else, where you have to put somebody else's needs above your own. And it's made me a better man by by a lot. And it continues to challenge me to be a better man each and every single day. Because knowing that I'm responsible for my family and knowing that my call and my duty is to love my wife as Christ loved to the church and to train my children up in the way that they should go so that they won't depart from it is something that I take seriously. And if I'm going to lead them, if I'm going to be uh the you know the s- spiritual leader of my household, then I have to grow each and every single day. Each and every single day, I have to do better. I have to be a man that my children can be proud of. I have to be a man that strives to make a difference in this world. I have to be a man that stands up for what is right. I have to be a man who has character. I have to be a man who will not capitulate to mobs, who will not back down, and who is willing to stand when standing is difficult. Because that is who God has called me to be. And many men miss the call because they opt out of marriage altogether. They say it's not worth the risk. I'm telling you guys, marriage is worth the risk. It's worth the risk. I love being married. I'm not just saying that. It's my favorite thing in this life. The fruit of marriage has brought me more joy than any material possession this world could ever bring me. It has been the adventure of a lifetime, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. So my challenge is to women and to men is get married. Get married young. Build a life together. Have fun together, grow together, learn together. Take this world on together. Start a family together. Be responsible for somebody beyond just yourself. Be a little less selfish, and be a little bit more selfless. And you'll discover a joy that is indescribable. But many of you miss it because you're so focused inward. You're so focused on yourself that you can't see the world around you. The life that God has created for us, the beauty that's within it, the joy that comes from family, and the sense of purpose that it brings to your life, man. It is my desire that everybody experiences this. I'm not saying marriage is for everybody, but it is for most people. And if you don't get married if marriage is not in the cards for you. I still call you and urge you to commit yourself to someone beyond just yourself. If it's not going to be to a wife, then let it be to the less fortunate. Let it be to God's people. Let it be to his ministry. Let it be to your local church. But do not go through life making it all about you, because life is not about you. It's about God and building his kingdom and showing people how we survive with our families. All right. Wow. Was not expecting to go into that impassioned speech, but enjoy. All right. So we were just speaking a little bit about Bluey, and I wanted to play for you this crossover that nobody asked for.
It's never made that sound before. Wow. Blue? Woo! Woo! Oh! Woo!
Huh? Mickey?
Hiya!
Woohoo! Thanks for the follow, DL Flower. I appreciate you. I like Bluey, again, as much as the next guy, but, and I get that I'm not the target audience here, but were any kids asking for this? Like, I just don't understand. I don't get it. Why the need for the crossover with these children's shows? Like, kids don't care. The kids that are watching Bluey or Mickey, they don't care about a crossover. So who's this even for? And then too, if you're gonna do the crossover, at least match the art styles. Like, it doesn't even look right. Guys, I cannot tell you how tired I am of crossovers. I'm just so sick and tired of them, man. It's like everybody's doing a crossover. Call of Duty crossovers, Fortnite crossovers, freaking Bluey and Mickey crossovers. God, there's crossovers everywhere. Magic the Gathering crossovers. It's just obnoxious at this point. I mean, crossovers used to be rare. They used to be special. So when they did happen, it felt like, cool. But now it just feels like a shameless money grab. And again, this is just one that I just don't get it. I don't understand it. I can't imagine there were any kids asking for this. I can't imagine there was any kids like, Daddy, I would love to see Mickey and Bluey crossed over. No kids doing that. And plus, Bluey, by the way, it doesn't even need a crossover because it holds up entirely on its own. Doesn't need anything. So again, this is another thing where I just feel like it's more for, like, I don't know, weird adults than actual kids, because I just don't think kids care about this. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's some kids that are just, they've been wanting this for a long time, but I doubt it. I seriously doubt it. I have my doubts. All right. All right. Glad we got that out of the way. Okay. Let's see here. All right. Speaking of Disney, I saw this news, and I've talked about this individual before, so I felt the need to address address this revelation that I just got from Miley Cyrus of all people. All right, Miley Cyrus playfully calls Alex Cooper creepy for moving next door to her. Alex, being a super fan, kind of creepy. She is also my neighbor. I actually have a video of this. We'll just play that. It's a little better.
I was in the middle of it because I was Hannah. I didn't know what you all would want. And Alex, being a super fan, kind of creepy. She's also my neighbor, which is also creepy. She got money and then she moved next door to me. Yeah. There was no other host. I was like, just walked next. Yeah, it was weird. And she's like, oh my God, you live here? She interviewed me at my house like 5 years ago, so you knew damn well where I live. But anyway, thank you for being this host. Thank you for being so insanely dedicated to Hannah Montana.
So I guess Hannah Montana is having a reboot. This is Alex Cooper. For those of you who don't know her, she is most well known for being a degenerate podcast host. Like the stuff that she talks about on her podcast, I don't even feel comfortable playing, to be perfectly frank with you. You know, so it isn't that shocking to me that she is kind of a creep, because some of the stuff that she talks about on her podcast is kind of sick. And I don't even get, she's like I guess like the Joe Rogan for women, only vapid, and talks mainly about sex. And it's just a little weird, man. So I've done a video on Alex Cooper before, and that is very creepy, actually. to move next door to this person that you're a super fan of, and then act surprised that she lives there when you had interviewed her at her house. That's weird. that is actually creepy. Okay, I'm just saying that's a little creepy. All right. So yeah, that's weird. All right. More some stuff on celebrities. I saw this clip of Vince Vaughn on the Theo Vaughn show, and I wanted to talk about it. So I'll play it, and then we'll get into it. We'll get into it.
Why a lot of the late shows have struggled.
Oh,
because
bro.
all they did during the only person they could make fun of at a certain point was just like white redneck kind of people, and it fucking tanked, and then everything tanked after that.
Think about that. But see, they never get it right. The podcasts have gotten so much more popular with less production, less writers, less staff. And the reason why
we have two people working here, and both of them are hungover. Then one guy has shingles.
But the place is clean. I like that. You keep a clean place.
Thank you. Yeah, we did a vacuum.
But yeah, because people want authenticity.
Yeah.
And I think that the talk shows, to a large part, became really agenda based.
Yeah.
They were going to evangelical people to what they thought. You know what I mean? And so people just rejected it because it didn't feel authentic. It felt like they had an agenda. And it stopped being funny, and it started feeling like I was in fucking a class I didn't want to take. But if you look at what happened to the talk shows and why their ratings are low, it's got only to do with the fact of what you just said, which is they all became the same show.
Yeah.
And they all became so about their politics and who's good and who's bad. And it's like, imagine sitting next to someone like that on a fucking plane.
Oh.
Bro, you'd be like, how do I get out of this fucking seat?
I would fart right next to
Holy
them.
cow. You fart your way out of it.
Yeah, dude, I would. Oh, I would for sure. And I'm sorry.
Skunk, you know the skunk's the king of the jungle.
Why a lot?
That's funny. He's right, though. I mean, it's like everybody was just basically copy and pasting the same talking points. And, politics is one of those things that has just been in everything. And I know because this is what I have primarily did for like the past 5 years, 6 years, whatever. I'm done, I'm done. I'm done with it. So I get it, man. I completely get it, and it's like yeah, these people that make their whole life about it, and they don't shut up about it, and consumes their life, man. It's just not good for you. And I don't think we're meant to consume political news day in and day out. All right. I don't think that's good for our psyche, which is why, too, by the way, this is going to be a place where we're not going to do that. All right. I'm moving away from that. We're not doing that. We're going to talk about just, culture and movies and film and, cute dog stories, like things that, like you're not being inundated with in every aspect of, in every other aspect of your life. All right. Like we do need some reprieve. And that's why I find like film and television so appealing because it's actually a reprieve from this nonsense where you can breathe. KMD recently a plane crash occurred with a fire truck. Yeah, I saw that. Saw that news. That's a very tragic and unfortunate. Hopefully we see these things start to trend down. All right. So speaking of film and television, we did get the first trailer basically of the new live action Moana. So here it is.
I know a girl from an island. She stands apart from the crowd. She loves the sea and her people. She makes her whole family proud. Moana, listen. Do you know who you are?
The stories are true.
The story has just begun. Beyond our reef, an evil darkness has found us. Moana, the ocean chose you. Find Maui. Restore the heart of Te Fiti and save us all.
Maui, demigod of the wind and sea.
Hero of men.
Huh?
So it goes like this. Maui, shapeshifter, demigod of the wind and sea, hero of men. Ah, women. Women too, men and women.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
See her light up the night in the sea. She calls me.
I need your help.
I'm not going on a mission with some mortal.
My island, my people, won't survive if we don't make it. The ocean chose me for a reason. And it chose you too.
Listen, princess, if you're gonna do this, you gotta go through a whole ocean of bad.
I'm not a princess. I'm the daughter of the chief. Leader of my people.
Are you ready to be the hero?
Let's go save the world.
I got your back. What? Is there something in my teeth?
So this does look to be a shot-for-shot remake, which I'm not. I like that honestly. I'm on board with the shot-for-shot remake. I prefer it. So we saw what is it? Lilo and Stitch. That it worked really well with that movie. And that How to Train Your Dragon movie. I thought that was good, and that was basically a shot-for-shot remake. But you want to know what I'm really tired of? I'm really tired of them doing things CGI when they don't even have to do it. And it's like I just feel like this leans too much on CGI to even be called live action. I mean, look at Tamatoa, I think Tamatoa. He just looks laughably bad. And I think if Disney wants to innovate, if they want to do live action, then it should actually be live action. They should use real people, and for, things like a giant crab, I don't know, use like a giant animatronic crab or a lifelike puppet. That would actually be cool and innovative. Instead, though, they do CGI everything. They CGI'd the chicken, the crab, the background, some of the scenes, even the pig. You didn't even have to. I don't even know what the point of that is, because the pig doesn't even talk. It's a non-talking pig. Why couldn't you use a real pig? I don't get it. I don't understand it. And it just seems like a missed opportunity for Disney to do something actually a little bit risky. Project Hail Mary, I've heard, has been a slam dunk. It's been a really, really good movie, which I want to see. I haven't seen it, but what I have heard about it is they have this alien, I guess, in the movie that is a puppet. And that's really cool. They actually made a puppet. They didn't make it CGI. And from what I understand, it landed. And I think that's good. I actually even think it's better for the actors, because they don't have to look at this like green blob and pretend like it's talking to them. It makes it actually easier for them to immerse themselves in their characters. So you get a more compelling performance from the actors too, which translates to more compelling performances on screen. And that's why like movies like Jurassic Park are so freaking good, because they use animatronics and they use puppets. I'm not saying they didn't use any CGI, but it's like now it's like entirely CGI everything. And I think what made movies like Jurassic Park great is that they leaned heavily on animatronics, and it looked freaking good. The original Jurassic Park movie looks better than the modern Jurassic Park movies. I get that it's more costly. I get it. But I think it's worth it if you want to make a legit live action film. And if you're going to use primarily CGI, then stop calling it live action. Say live humans, live human remake, because everything else is animated. And if everything else is going to be CGI, then what the hell is the point? What's the point in making it live action? Dude, we can do that now with freaking AI. If we want a live action one. And for a lot of movies, I don't even think there's a reason to do it, actually. Like I think there are some movies where their animated movies are just fine. We don't need a live act. We didn't need a live action Lion King. Even though that's not even what we got. It was all CGI too. But we didn't need it. And there are just some movies where it's just like, you don't need it. So why do it? And this is one of those instances where I just think like, it looks bad. I'm sure the movie's going to do well, because it is, again, a shot for shot remake. So I think, it's likely going to do well. But man, speak of remakes, man, we have this one, man, 13 going on 30 reboot is in the works at Netflix. Why? Why would we? Why? I don't get it. I don't understand. Who asked for this? Why do you need to reboot it? Why not just come up with like an original idea? This is good on its own. You don't need to reboot it. You don't need to reimagine it. Just come up with your own original idea. And that's something that I'm trying to do, is I'm trying to come up with original ideas, original stories. I'm starting to write them because I'm just tired of the trash that we're seeing being produced by Hollywood. I'm just fed up, and I'm under the presumption that we can't just complain about it. We got to do something about it. So I'm doing something about it. I'm doing something about it because I'm sick of this, man. I'm sick of this nonsense. And unfortunately, Disney just doesn't learn their lesson. They just don't learn their lesson. Hey, financial freedom, what's going on? I hope you're having a very blessed night, brother. Yeah, apparently they're doing. I think I probably talked about this before, but a Cinderella live action spin-off titled Stepsisters is officially in the works at Disney, focused on Cinderella's evil stepsisters. Prediction: the evil stepsisters were never really evil; they were just misunderstood. I bet that's the plot. Because that's always the plot. The villain is just really misunderstood. He's just misunderstood. That bad guy doing bad things, deep down, he's really just a good person who was wronged in life. And I don't like it. Yeah, this is why I like older movies too, because their villains are actually villains. Watching some cartoons with my daughter, the villains are villains. She's watching the Powerpuff Girls. All the villains are actually evil. They're bad. You don't really feel a whole lot of sympathy for them. I think we need those clearly defined roles, especially for children. Like if you're making a children's movie, right? Children operate in concretes. They need absolutes. They need people that are willing to define things for them. And things for them to be clear. They can't even really think abstractly. So when you're blurring the lines between good and evil and you're making sympathetic villains, I actually don't think you're doing them a favor. And I think that's by design, by the way. I think they benefit from, no, this is bad. This is clearly bad behavior. And this person is awful, is evil. And I'm not saying there's not room for redemption stories. But it has to go from a clear evil to a clear good. One's black, one's Hispanic, and one's probably, man. That's probably the case. We'll see, man. Here's actually a good illustration for what I'm talking about. So, a movie I really enjoyed was I Am Legend. I don't know how many of you have seen that movie, but I love the movie. I thought it was very good. I thought Will Smith's acting was top notch, man. I mean, his acting was phenomenal. The scene where he is going into the convenience store and having conversations with the mannequins, I thought was like you could really feel him going crazy. Financial freedom, like Vegeta. Yes, like Vegeta. Vegeta is the perfect example of like clearly evil, and then you see his redemption arc. That was very done well. But even throughout that, they still have some very clear evils throughout the series. Like Frieza is very evil, Cell very evil, Majin Buu very evil. And it worked. Yeah, Vegeta had the best redemption arc ever because he started evil and became the anti-hero. Now he is a good guy. It wasn't overnight. It was a struggle. Yeah. Yeah, man. And his pride really got the best of him. It was a character defect for a long time. Or the opposite. Aaron Jaeger. Is that from Aaron? Is that from Attack on Titan? Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I think that's why a show like Breaking Bad is also really good because you actually see Walter White's descent into evil. And he very clearly and then you have that contrast with Jesse, who is actually like starts off like kind of a bad guy, but yeah, it is Attack on Titan. I did finish Attack on Titan. So I got to a point, I think it was like season 3 where I gotta finish it. But I watched a little bit of it. Yeah, I think anime is very good. That's actually one of the issues that I didn't like about the way My Hero Academia ended, because they basically paint this picture that all the villains are just really misunderstood toward the end, and it really upset me. Uh, I really did not like that, you know? And that if they just identified, at-risk villains earlier, they could avoid their villainy. But there are just some people that are just evil. All right? That's just reality. There are some people that are just evil. There's no rhyme and reason for why they are. They just are. You also have Naruto, the Zero from Hero story, but also Sasuke lost everything, had talent, and went to the dark side. I haven't seen Naruto, so actually I haven't seen Naruto or One Piece, but I am now starting to watch One Piece. All right, I'm on episode 3, and I like it so far. I like Luffy. I like Luffy because he has this big picture idea, this big vision that he wants to accomplish by becoming king of the pirates, but he doesn't have like a clear plan to get there. He's just kind of, like figuring out as he goes, and I can relate to that. All right, I'm in touch with that, because that's me. I want to change the world. All right, I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know how I'm going to get there, but I believe I'm going to get there, and I'm going to do everything in my power to try to figure it out as I go. Yeah, I will see you in 30 years, bro. That's what I said. That's why I was so hesitant to start watching it. Cuz I'm like, this is going to take me forever. It was overwhelming. It still is a little overwhelming. But, whatever. I'll just little by little, I'll one bite at a time. I'll get through it eventually. But it is good so far. I'm enjoying it. I also like that I'm pretty sure it's the same guy that voices Piccolo is Zoro, which I like that. So, it's cool. It's a good show. But anyway, let me play this clip from I Am Legend, because I thought this is a good example of what I'm talking about.
So the alternate ending was the first ending.
The original.
It was the
script,
original
right?
ending. It was the original script, and it was based on the original novel. We tested it, and it was the only movie I've ever had that the audience booed.
At the end?
At the
that
end,
part?
at that ending.
Well, when the
they
dogs
booed. So in the final scene where they come in and they're around me in the alternate ending, and the Dark Seeker, what we realize in the alternate ending is that he realizes the one that I was keeping in the room was his woman. And I realized it was his woman, and he was like, the meaning of the ending was, oh shit, I'm the monster. They think of me as the monster, right? And we looked up at the wall, and we do the shot up at the wall, and you see how many of them I killed. And he looks at them and looks at them, and he looks at me, and then he goes in, gets his woman, and leaves, right? So that was the alternate ending. We tested it, and so how they do these things is they put it in front of an audience, you get a couple hundred people, they fill it out, and you fill out, there's 5 boxes, and you say either excellent, very good, good, poor, very poor. And what they do is they take the top 2 boxes, and if you score, 90% in the top 2 boxes, excellent and very good, you're pretty sure you have a good movie. It was the lowest scoring movie I've ever had.
Ending or the period?
So they scored the whole movie, but it was because of the ending.
Ending, okay.
And it scored 51 in the top 2 boxes. And we were like, what? So then they fill out the thing, and they was like, across the board, they was like, the ending is bullshit. Wow. That's bullshit. He's not the monster. They're dark seekers. They've been chasing him. And there was something that was just horrific.
They couldn't accept
They
it.
could. They was like, no, you're not the monster. We didn't watch this whole movie to figure out that you're the monster. No, they're the monsters. So they felt cheated.
Right.
So 6 weeks before the movie comes out, we had to reshoot the ending that was actually in the movies where my character died.
And that's in New York City where you walk out?
Right. So where my character dies in the end actually is the alternate ending. So the
Yeah, and I think that's ultimately because people don't like their heroes being depicted as the bad guys. And this line between good and evil being blurred. We like clear evils. People do like clear evils. It's like you think that ending, that alternate ending, I guess that's the way it ends in the book. It blurs that line. And and a lot of people, at least then, didn't like it. And it's like, yeah, you want to watch a movie where monsters are actually monsters, and we're not the monster, because we're the humans. So I get that. I think that's that that it actually makes a lot of sense why that ending was not well received. And the revamped ending where he dies like the hero's death, I think is interesting. Yeah, it's like, and this is kind of crazy too. They have you sympathizing with like these vampire demon things. Very, very weird, man. That's Hollywood. I guess that's the book too. But it's in so many modern stories too, where it's like the good guys are really the bad guys, and the bad guys are really the good guys. Yeah, I get it. I get it. But we just see this trope used a lot in modern movies, in modern storytelling, and it is really obnoxious. Like I want us to return to have, clear villains. Where we have somebody to root against and somebody to root for, and those lines aren't being blurred. We've done this thing where, like we've entertained both sides for a while now, and it's like, okay, I'm ready to just have real villains again. Real big bads. I want the stakes to feel real. I don't want another movie like freaking Frozen 2. Oh, that movie pissed me off so much. It's like you find out, what is it that I think it's more like if everyone is a monster but you aren't, then you are the monster. Yeah, I guess so, but they were trying to, it seems like, ascribe some sort of humanity to these, I mean, monsters. I mean, that, are ripping people apart, these vampires. At least that's what I remember from the movie. Basically, they killed everybody. I mean, they killed everybody. I mean, all of New York is wiped out, with the exception of like, the chick, and I think, there's a kid in that movie too. It's been a hot minute since I've seen the movie. All right, shifting gears, some gaming related news. So Epic is laying off 1,000 people. So Fortnite has cratered in users and Epic is unprofitable as a whole. The downturn in Fortnite engagement that started in 2025 means we're spending significantly more than we're making. They're cutting $500 million in expenses too, which is a huge amount. Slow game growth, weaker spending, tougher costs, consoles selling less, games competing for time with other apps. Layoffs are not related to AI, they say. They will double down on Fortnite content as their strategy, along with accelerating dev tools toward UE6. I think them, I guess, laying off people is kind of disappointing. Maybe they claim they were raising the cost of V-Bucks because they had bills to pay. Uh, and it seems like that's how they were trying to recoup the cost. But a funny thing happens when instead of making these cuts sooner, they did raise the cost of V-Bucks and try to fleece their customers. Well, what happens when you do that is that people don't want to buy your product because you disenfranchise them. And then when you disenfranchise them, you remove any opportunity to monetize off of them. I was actually going to buy a skin from Fortnite because they were releasing Resident Evil Requiem skins and some other Resident Evil skins, and I was like, sick. I want a Resident Evil skin. I was gonna buy one, and then I saw them make that change, and I thought, you know what? I'm gonna pass. And they lost money. Financial freedom, right? If the vampires were minding their own business, and then the main character just started killing them for no reason, then you can make the case that he's the monster. Yeah. If there was like this vampire world, but the vampires utterly obliterated everybody. I mean, like everybody got wiped out. So they were a threat. Civilization, humanity is on the brink of extinction because of those things. So anyway, I don't feel sorry for Fortnite. I do feel sorry though for some of the people losing their jobs. Another thing I think they could do is stop with the stupid collabs. All right, like we don't need Sabrina Carpenter in Fortnite. All right, we don't need it. We don't need Sabrina Carpenter. We don't need Eminem. Um, we don't need South Park characters. I get that their whole thing is the multiverse, but maybe chill a little bit. Chill on trying to purchase all these IPs and just focus on improving your content and not trying to fleece your customers. There's a thought, Fortnite. Oh, financial freedom. Just in, OpenAI is planning to discontinue the app for its Sora video platform. Yeah, I saw that. You know what's really ironic? I literally just started using Sora yesterday to test basically making like a demo for like an animated movie that I'm thinking about. I'm like, well, I guess I can't do that anymore. I do think if it frees up their resources, because I can imagine that it's probably very demanding uh, on their data centers for people to constantly be generating AI videos. But I imagine that there's other companies that are going to pick up the slack. What is it? You got like Seed Dance, and you got a couple other AI video generating platforms that I think are also good. But I only just got into Sora, so I can't. I'm really not an authority to speak on it. But they did fumble. It seems like a really great deal with Disney. It was like a $1 billion deal that's now out the window. So that kind of sucks for them. In other gaming related news, I don't know if you guys have heard, but there is a new study that revealed a new mental illness, okay? It's post-game depression. This is from Dexerto. A new study has identified post-game depression as sadness players feel after finishing a video game. It was revealed the effect is particularly strong after completing an RPG. Oh, boo-hoo. Here's a video, I guess.
All I feel is tired. Is that it then? Killed the bastard who ruined my life, and now I crawl into a corner and die?
God, sometimes I think like we are one of the most weak generations that has ever existed. Like, if you are someone that gets depressed after beating a video game, you need to go outside and touch grass. Like, I get, I get like, oh man, that was really good, man. I wish I could play it again. But I don't get depressed. I'm not like, why God? Why couldn't the game last longer? Oh no. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like it's just a game. It's a game. It's like I just feel like we're at this point where we're just making up mental illnesses. It's just so pathetic. It's so pathetic to me, man. Uh This is from IGN. You know that feeling of simultaneous delight and dismay when you finally roll the credits on a really good game? Well, a new report claims that that feeling is not only real but has a name too: post-game depression. God, I hate this so much, man. We are trying to uh diagnose every single emotion under the sun. Like, mild disappointment over a video game ending is not post-game depression, all right? Like, we don't need to pathologize this. It's fine. It's not that big of a deal. It's not that serious. What are we doing here, guys? It's baffling to me. And again, if you're depressed after a video game ends, you probably shouldn't be playing video games. You should be going outside more and finding joy elsewhere. I'm not saying you can't feel a little disappointed or a little bummed. That's that's fine. I got upset because I got the bad ending on Resident Evil, but I wasn't depressed about it. I was like, oh no, what did I do? I made a mistake, but I wasn't crying about it. All right. All right, maybe I welled up a little bit, but I saw my favorite character get shot in the face, okay? All right? Financial freedom. What the F? Post-game depression. Start a new game. Or pick up an old game that you love. Or you want to know? Here's our idea. Just play the game again. You can replay a video game. Really good ones, guess what I do? I play them again and again. Because I enjoy them. That's it. Still planning on to create a retro game room. Oh, that's cool, KMD. I hope that comes together. Honestly, sometimes I think let's bring on World War III. I do feel the same way, but then I also am like, man, we would get slaughtered. Like, is anybody truly prepared to fight in World War III? And by the way, too, like the people actually in our military, it's improving, but you would be shocked at how many people just don't make it through basic training because they have mental health issues or because they're getting physical injuries because they don't move at all. They don't get any sort of exercise. So it's like, yeah, we ran around as kids. We were outdoors a lot. That's not the same with the current generations going through basic trainings. So it's like you get a really ineffective lot going through basic training. So obviously, like the new administration is changing that, which is good. But I do think we got a long way to go. And I don't think like our modern generation is equipped for war. I don't. Oh no, man. I once cried as a child when Madagascar 2 or 3 ended. Well, it depends on the endings. There's endings that have made me sad, which that's the desired effect. Okay. Like, the end to Into the Wild. That was sad. It was a sad story. You should feel sad at the end of that because it was tragic. So there's certain movies where you should feel sad toward the end of it. You know, but if it's a tragedy, that's what you expect. There are movies that are actually depressing, like Bridge to Terabithia. Good God, right in the heart, man. right in the heart. That movie is depressing. So there are some stories though where it's like, but were you like diagnosably depressed, bro? I mean, it's like there are some good movies, that I get bummed, that they come to an end, or stories where I'm like, man, I wish I could have more, but I'm not depressed about it, like diagnosably depressed about it. So I think there's a difference. Okay. Oh man, I've been wanting to talk about this. Okay. Wow, we're actually kind of plugging through some of this stuff. I did not expect to get through as much as I have tonight. So this is good. This is good. That I have so much content that maybe I'll just save some for actually, yeah, Thursday. Hold on. Let me get the next one pulled up here, teed up. All right. So I'm sure you guys have seen this before. But apparently there is an AI, I guess, TikTok account called like Love Island or something like that. I don't know. It's this one. You probably have seen it. Fruit Love Island. It's like a series, an AI generated series. My God. Horrors beyond which I could not possibly imagine. It is horrifically stupid, bro. It's so bad. I'm going to see if I can actually find a clip of it. Fruit. And people are actually watching this stuff. Fruit Love Island. There's actually an audio, like people are unironically watching it. So this is a new viral TikTok account that's got like millions of followers overnight. And this is the content that they are producing.
Welcome to Fruit Love Island, where 8 single fruits are about to flirt, fight, and trust. Things get messy fast. Okay, this villa is insane. I'm not leaving here single. I just hope the guys are hot.
I'm here to have fun and probably break a few hearts. Rose said the quiet part out loud. I just hope the girls like nice guys.
Okay, the banana guy is definitely my type. Wait, I saw him first.
So, which one of you is the troublemaker?
I could be. He might not survive both of us.
Oh, this is gonna be messy.
Islanders, it's time for the first coupling ceremony. The girls will choose which guy they want to couple up with. The guy I want to couple up with is Benanita.
Bruh.
Actually, I'm not letting that happen. I pick him. You can't just steal him like that. Looks like I just did.
I mean, I'm not complaining.
The final
Right,
couples are Pina Pina and
people are watching
Bananita.
it to laugh.
Next, we have Watermelina and Arangelo, and then
was funny.
Sharita and Grapenzo, and lastly, Mangela and Kiwilo. Welcome to Fruit.
Good God. All right. New diagnosis. Post AI slop depression. That's what I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling very depressed. How could people watch something so stupid? It's really like insane to me that anybody would find this remotely entertaining. But then I think back. I think back to 2008, 2010, when the Jersey Shore was on. And it's like, oh yeah, this is This is AI slop Jersey Shore. That's what this is. And people have been watching vapid and stupid stuff for a long time, and now they're just doing it with AI. Except, at least with Jersey Shore, as stupid as that show is, like, it's real-ish. There's actually real people, and this is just like a soulless abomination. Like, it's so sad to me that I long for people to watch shows as stupid as the Jersey Shore over this garbage. Well, what's happening? What is this world becoming? Where people would willingly take time out of their days to find out what's happening on the latest episode of Fruit Love Island. An AI generated slap video about fruit. Mother of God, help us. Help us. It's gotten out of control. It has gotten out of control. Give me 1 second. All right, I'm back. I had to take my post AI slap depression meds. I'm good now. It's so bad. Oh, Lord. Gosh. I can't, man. I cannot, bro. Good Lord. Speaking of AI, maybe they'll rise up and destroy us all before that happens. So this is, I guess, a humanoid AI robot sorting packages.
Okay, Figure Robotics. Pretty cool sorting algorithm. Its job is to turn these packages upside down. And I guess we can just take one. Let's see, we're going to take one of these packages. Oh, sorry. Sorry about that. Oh, figured it out. Pretty cool. Wait, oh yeah. Sorry about that again. And also this one. Its job is to flip them upside down. Yep. Yeah, it's really impressive, the Figure 03. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, God. Oh.
Rude?
No. Oh, what is it going to do? Let's see. Oh, got it. Nope. Yep, there it goes. Impressive. Impressive. It's impressive. Wow. Boom.
Dude, we have come such a long way. Someone had joked and said, we know we have achieved AGI when it gets fed up and walks out or murders us, turns on us, throws a package back at the guy, and then violently attacks him. So there's that too. So yeah, that's alarming. And it's only going to improve. Like, they're only going to get better. So they already have the fine motor skills down. Now it's just kind of getting them to behave a little bit more human and doing some fine touches. And I think in just a couple of years, they'll be basically able to do everything we are able to do. And that's a little alarming. Actually, that's very alarming. Because all those jobs that we were like, oh, it requires a human element. Nope. That'll replace the human element. Because they'll actually be able to interact in the real world. Right? Isn't that? Do you guys like the background? I decided to tweak it, make some modifications.
Cool. I like it. Is that the girls or is that a new one?
That is not the girls. That was the one that we had bought for the other room, the extra one. So I was just like, oh, I'll use it here.
Looks pretty cool.
Yeah. Got the galaxy behind me.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
And I got this little guy.
Yep. He's doing his thing, drinking anyway. Oh, I love you too.
Where are the caterpillars at?
I put them in our bed. They're on the shoe rack downstairs.
What?
You didn't see the shoe rack?
No.
Oh, maybe our daughter took them into her room.
Oh my gosh. I know she did.
We need to hide or keep the ones away from the other daughter. Because I'm just afraid she's going to like shake them to death. Yeah.
Wake up.
Yeah.
Like Finding Nemo.
Yeah.
Wake up and shake. Okay, let me hurry up.
Yeah, I just bought my daughters a butterfly kit. So now we have caterpillars. We have 10 caterpillars that we're raising in our house on top of 2 dogs, a cat. And a fish. Yeah, so got a full house. But hopefully they'll be able to watch the caterpillars grow into beautiful butterflies and then release them into the wild. So I think it's like 10 days or something. I don't know. My daughter's reading the instructions, so we'll see what happens. All right, I wanted to cover... I have some just random stuff on the docket that I wanted to talk about. And this, you guys tell me what you think happens here. So... Warzone streamer Jordan Cisco has been accused of hitting his girlfriend after he idiotically spilled a drink on his new gaming PC. Let's see what happens.
Okay, take it off. Take the lid off. Chill. You need to have no drinks in here. Ow. Ow. What is it I'm drinking?
It was in here. It was on this. I don't even know how. I turned around and...
Calm down.
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
Off.
I don't know what to do.
Turn your thing off and turn the fan off.
All right. One more time. We're gonna play this.
Okay, take it off. Take the lid off. Chill. You need to have no drinks in here. Ow. Ow.
Smack, ow, smack, ow. Seems to me like a pretty clear case that he hit his girlfriend. I don't know about you, but that's what it sounded like to me. Slap, slap, ow, ow. But it gets better because he denies it. He claims that he did not hit his girlfriend. That she crushed her fingers. So we'll play this video and then you tell me what you think. So this is also from Jake Lucky. He claims he didn't hit her, only pushed her, and that she wasn't crying after. Bro is lying through his teeth. Yeah, I think I agree.
This shit's moving so quick, bro. I'm trying to read, like, the people that are actually verified, bro, the streamers and shit. They're saying, like, the grunts make it look bad, like, the way I was grunting. Brother, I promise you, brother, I don't know what else to say. Like, it's literally, like... No, I grunted in that. I mean, I grunted, but I wasn't hitting her, bro. I pushed her. That's the only thing that I did. I didn't fucking hit her. I would never hit her on her face, bro. That's fucking crazy.
Is it though? Is it crazy?
She's not crying afterwards. What the hell, bro? She literally was like, she was not crying. She just literally said, turn the fucking thing off. Bro, what I was saying is if I hit her, she would have been like, yo, what the fuck? Why'd you do that for? What'd you hit me for? It wasn't one push. It was one push, bro. It was literally like.
Is he trying to gaslight us? Like we literally saw slap, slap, and then her literally say ow right after. Yeah, here's another, just another clip of it.
No drinks in here. Ow. No drinks in
How else are we supposed to interpret that? It didn't look like a push. It looked like 2 smacks. It wasn't shove, shove. It was, and then she said, ow. Twice. Following each consecutive slap. So I don't, what does he think? We're stupid? Again, I don't like dogpiling these people. Like, you know, it's like, I usually give people the benefit of the doubt, but it's like, what are we supposed to deduce from this? You know, and then he actually goes live and had his girlfriend sit down on his stream. So we'll play that real quick. Oh, hold on a second. One minute. I have a sleepwalking kiddo. Hold on. So my daughter just comes in and she's like, Dad, and she like looks all confused. And she's like, can you go to the store for me? Like, what? What? So that was funny. All right, so here's the other clip. We'll play this and we'll discuss.
Oof. Pray to God, man. Definitely gonna do some praying for sure.
Oof.
I love y'all, man. Everybody hating, bro. I'm gonna be honest, y'all have a right to hate. Y'all really do. Like that ass. I get it, bro. This is my last thing. I get it. Trust me, you got a right to be mad. I just, please, the one thing, you can hate me. Trust me, you could send me so much hate. Please don't send hate to my family, please, man. My family is amazing. They are absolutely amazing, especially my wife, my parents. Like, please do not send hate. You can hate me all you want. You could cancel me.
What was he saying? Is he saying?
At the same time, I really didn't know what to do. I was panicking. I was having a panic attack. Dead serious, bro. I just bought the PC like 2 days ago, and basically I called her, and she didn't listen. So basically, because she was in the shower, she couldn't hear shit. So I went into the bathroom to get a towel, which our towels are, okay? I got our towels, and then soon as I got the towel, she saw, and I was like, yo, my PC just got, I told her in the shower, I told her, my PC literally just got drenched
Anyway, Brandon, how are you today?
And purple
Vibing, mate.
energy drink. And I was like, okay, whatever, bro.
I want to see what he says, chat.
I'm literally like hyperventilating and shit. And then I come in here, and then she comes in running after me. Then I pick up the PC. I put it on top of that PC. You see that PC right there? I put it on top of that PC. All right, you understand? Let me put it in context, bro. So when she's standing there, I'm putting the PC on right here. Hold on, let me see. Wife, can you come and record this, please? Wifey? By the way, I just wanted before I'm talking about come here. Before I'm talking about everything else, like if I ever did hit her, which is insane, I would never hit my wife, and she's pregnant. She would have.
It looks like you can see like the fucking mark in her face from where he fucking apparently hit her, you know?
Yeah.
Looks like she's got a fucking black eye.
Have stuff on her face. I mean, you could
So you guys can
literally see. Like
I have shorts on. There's nothing on.
I don't know what else to say. I mean, I don't know what else to say. And basically, she was trying to help. So can you hold this camera so I can show them? And I basically, with the cords attached, I was trying to pick up this PC like this, Jack, and I was putting it on this PC. You understand? on this PC that I just had. I think it just shut down on accident. Whatever. And her hand, she was trying to help me. She was trying to help me right here.
It flipped up. It was laying down.
Shit, well, it's... Nobody saw anything. Like, it was insane. This. Laid it flat like this.
We saw the double slap, bro.
Then it got on her fingers. Then it got on her fingers. You saw it. It was in the corner of the screen. By the way, nobody saw anything. Like, it was insane. Man saw me use one arm motion and thought I hit her. Like, it's insane. It's insane.
Listen to a story time. I'll show you the clip. Hold on.
She had her fingers right here. She had her fingers right here, and she literally, that's when she was like, she couldn't get it on the PC. So I pushed her, and she literally was saying ow because of the fucking shit was on her fingers. It was literally on her fingers. This is like I don't know how much it weighs, but it was on her fucking fingers like this.
All right, chat. So she's saying it was on her fingers, and that's what she's saying, ow. And then watch the clip, chat. Like, watch the fucking clip. Hold on. Like, wait to see the...
I mean, I watched the clip. We've watched it twice already. No. Yeah, he definitely seems to be lying to me. I just... You know, he slapped his girl. She's obviously covering for him, which is fine. Whatever, you know, I get it. But, you know, bad look for him. Bad look for him. I don't know who the streamer even is, to be honest with you guys, but that's crazy. You don't smack your wife on stream. You don't smack your wife, period. All right? On stream or off stream, guys, fellas. If you spill your energy drink on your PC, do not slap your wife, okay? Period. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's pathetic and weak and cowardly. All right. So let's see here. I think I got time for 2 more abuse-related stories. So this is an old one, really. And I really don't want to talk so much about the abuse allegations for this. Old, I say old like this happened like, 3 years ago, but old as in like this is from last week and our attention spans don't go beyond a week. So ABC's The Bachelorette caught on camera allegedly attacking her ex-boyfriend and throwing a chair at him, which appears to hit her child. So we'll play this clip real quick.
This is called physical abuse. Yeah. Yeah. See, Taylor, this is all you do. It's the only thing you know how to do. Holy shit.
I don't give a
Let me go. Stop. Dude, leave me alone. Oh my
God.
Your daughter is right here. Oh my gosh. Oh my.
What a psycho.
Physical abuse. Yeah.
What a psycho, y'all. So obviously she's insane and very clearly wrong, but can we talk about something else, all right? How is this woman the Bachelorette? All right, she's not even attractive, all right? Like she's the mid of mids. So it's like I don't even get what guys are lining up to be with this woman. Like I don't, on top of being violent, she's also just not what I would consider Bachelorette material. Okay? You know? And she isn't even a bachelorette, technically. So it's just very weird. And she ultimately ended up, the season got pulled, which is actually a huge bummer for everybody that worked on the project. But I, respect ABC for doing it because clearly they can't condone this type of person. But man, it's like the level of narcissism too you have to go through with this show knowing that this is your past and that the chickens aren't going to come home to roost is wild to me. Obviously this would come out. Who do you think this is gonna stay buried? You got a live footage of you know, a contestant on a very popular show. You expect that to stay buried? No, of course it's not. So good on ABC for canceling it, but I mean, she should have never been the Bachelor to begin with, because she's not that pretty, and I'm not saying that to be mean. She just isn't. She's just not pretty. My wife would agree with me. If she were here, she would agree with me. So yeah. Also, just in, you know, in this situation too, I thought that guy handled it pretty well. But I personally would have, the second she threw the first chair, just restrained her, held her down until the police arrived to protect the kid was clearly in danger, because this woman was unhinged and behaving like an unhinged psychopath. Speaking of unhinged psychopath, we have an unhinged amputee psychopath that I want to talk about. This is a wild story. Like, this is a story that kind of baffles my mind, if I'm being completely transparent with y'all. Quadruple amputee professional cornhole player accused of murdering someone before driving off in his Tesla. Dayton Weber, 27, who has no arms and legs and was featured on ESPN, is accused of shooting 27-year-old Bradrick Michael Wells during an argument. Police say Weber was in his Tesla SUV when he shot Wells in the passenger seat. He then pulled over and asked two backseat passengers to help pull Wells out of the car. They refused and got out of the car before calling the police. Weber then allegedly drove off with Wells' body in the car. It is completely unclear how Weber was able to fire the weapon, considering he doesn't have any fingers. What the? What?
I'm Dayton Weber, and I'm a professional cornhole player. I had gotten a bacterial infection when I was just 10 months old.
He nubbed
The
somebody to
infection
death?
that got into my arms and legs was called Streptococcus pneumoniae. They had actually given me a 3% chance of living, and the only way that they were able to save me was by getting the infections out of my system.
How do you pull a trigger?
They had to amputate my arms and legs to keep me
No
alive.
arms.
I'm thankful for the Lord and giving those surgeons the power that He did that day to be able to make such a miracle happen. Inspiration to me is a daily driver. I believe that God put me on this planet for one reason. Everybody's got their reasons for being here, but my reason, I feel like, is to inspire other people just by me doing my daily task.
Huh? Do you think he had prosthetic arms? That's how he pulled the trigger to shoot this person?
Probably.
This is crazy. This is a crazy story. Now, there is actually... Yeah, there's a video, though, of him shooting a gun with no hands. This is wild, y'all.
Oh, this guy?
This amputee
Wait,
guy.
did he...
Yeah, he's allegedly murdered somebody, shot him to death in a Tesla.
Why? Was it an accident?
I don't think so. Oh my God, he's really doing it. He's really about to shoot this gun. Dude, you can't make that up. No, that is real.
Like AI.
That's wild. Yeah, he shot a guy to death using using his nubs. That's it. That's a crazy story. That is nuts.
Nobody's safe in this world.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, don't worry. He just has nubs.
He's
He can't do
harmless.
anything. He's harmless. Shoots you in the face and you die. Oh my God. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts. I actually think
Don't repeat it.
I am gonna repeat it because it was the best. I I love her. She said that's nubs. All right. I think I covered enough stories today. We and I'll save the rest of this stuff for Thursday. Man, we did get through a lot though. So that was like the rapid fire of rapid fires. So anyway, guys, I appreciate you. If you like this content, go ahead and smash that like button and repost this video if you're watching it on Rumble, share, subscribe, do all those things because that helps me grow. And we hit 1,000 on YouTube, and I expect that we're going to continue to grow in leaps and bounds, and that is all due to your support. So I appreciate you guys. You are rock stars. Thank you for everything, and I hope all of you have a very blessed night. Deuces.